This is Diane Webb with Yesterday's News. I'm sitting here at Sweden Rock, and I've got a couple of the guys from Radio Sign. I've got Jace and I've got Steve. The guys have a new album getting ready to come out. I just want to catch up because we haven't talked to you guys since Rockin' Skull a few years back.
Yeah, 2 years ago in Joliet. Is that pronounced it?
Joliet,
Joliet,
Illinois.
Illinois. Yeah, that's right.
So, tell me about the new album. What do you guys got cooked up? Anything really different from the last one?
Not really, no. We think we're advancing more into songwriting styles, but we don't really like to swing too far away from what we're about. You know, we just like writing catchy songs, as long as it's melodic. We've got vocal hooks, we've got guitar hooks. There's nothing too different. You know, we always like to throw one or two songs in all of our albums where it's slightly different, slightly left of centre, but generally speaking, it's like McDonald's for us. You know, you put on a radio song, you know what you're going to get, and hopefully people enjoy it.
It's always a progression though for songwriting. Like we're always writing, and hopefully we're becoming better songwriters. And the new album is actually going to be called Beautiful Strange. It'll be now our 5th CD. Yeah, so we are all about working hard. So for us, we release an album every year. It's kind of going back very old school, like the old days of Kiss and Cheap Trick and all those bands that they release an album every year and they go and play and tour. So for us, we've been all over the world. We played in Japan in November, then we were in the UK in March, and now we're here in Sweden.
Were you guys just in the US a few months back as well?
Yeah, well that was about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
3
So
weeks
we
ago,
actually
yes.
flew...
Continents.
Yes, that's right.
We're covering
States.
continents.
Are you over the jet lag yet?
No, we're still perpetual jet lag. We literally got home just enough to rehearse for this show.
Yeah.
And flew over here, 30 hours.
Speaking about this show,
Yeah.
you guys weren't on the Sweden Rock lineup, but you guys were doing some promotional work out here.
That's
What were
right.
you doing out here?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, Elon. So basically the guys from Elon asked us to come over and it was like a corporate event basically for them on Sweden Rock site. They asked us to come and do some shows, 1 and 7 I think we did on the Thursday, and we also came over to back up the Defiance as well, and it's been great ever since. So they just found us and really enjoyed us, and they're super supportive, big fans of music, really liked us and flew us out, and here we are.
And we've already met so many people. Like we see Radio Sun t-shirts, and it's the ultimate compliment, right?
Yeah.
So we're so happy to be here and meeting people that are fans of the band, and this little band from Australia, you know, so that far away land, you know, with the koalas and kangaroos. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
See, and I think that's one of the good things about Sweden Rock. Not only are you having that chance to, like, for the bands that are up on the stage or on the lineup, but they've got all these little things going on the side where you can really connect with fans. And even if you're not on that lineup, there's so many outlets for you guys to get out and meet the fans.
Absolutely, yeah.
And hopefully, you being out here this year will get you out here next year. Would be really cool.
Fingers crossed.
It would be awesome. And I mean, it's just about spreading the word, you know. So it really does, for us, it really doesn't matter whether we're, you know, on the main stage, in a corporate tent, playing in the car park. You know, if we're playing, if people want to hear us play, we'll play. And because we're able to strip the stuff down and play the acoustic, just the two of us, or it's 4 of us, you know, in an electric situation, it matters not to us. We just love to play, and the songs translate well acoustically. We both play guitar, we both sing. We love to play. What can you say?
I think we went over to the UK a couple of years ago for the first time and played to like a smallish crowd. And then the next time we came over, we doubled it. And the next time, so that's our 4th time in a row that we're going to the UK, and we're hoping to do the same thing in Sweden Rock. Like if just judging by the feedback we're getting, even on the internet, and that's the thing. I think the whole internet allows people that are not here. It unites them and gets us out there, and we can spread the word. So it's really cool.
Absolutely. Now, can I take a side question here, too, because I noticed the shirt you've got on, Steve, says Cassidy Paris. She is an upcoming artist. She's fantastic. She's also your daughter.
Yes.
How proud are you that she's actually came to the States and got to perform, and she's put out her couple singles now?
Yeah.
I mean, did she get inspired by your music making, the Radio Sun? How did that happen?
As you said, I'm the proudest dad. Because since she was a kid, she always loved music. She was always around music. And because she's following in our footsteps, it's just amazing. But she's her own artist, and she likes her own kind of music as well. But Jason's actually is her singing teacher, and so and
Keep it in the family.
Yeah, and Paul Lane has been very supportive. She's learning from some great singers, and it's just fantastic. Very, very proud. She's just actually recorded a new tune. We're going to be filming a new video for that, and it's amazing. It really is. And she's only 15 years old, so she's got so much to learn. I didn't start playing guitar until I was 17, so she's been playing guitar now since she was about 8 years old, and it's just really awesome.
Oh, it is awesome. And you know what, people may not know, but like we're her band, so we're in her band until it's such a point where she's like, you guys are too old, we need some sexy guys playing. Yeah. So until that point, so luckily she's 15, she doesn't get that yet. But once she starts realising, I don't need these old guys behind me, so until then we'll just hang on and try and keep playing with her, and but that's a lot of fun for us too. So yeah,
see, and that's a cool backstory to know that you guys are part of that project as well, that you help out with that, because
Absolutely.
You guys are doing other things besides that, because I know, Steve, you do Black Majesty.
That's right, yes.
Jason, what else are you working on?
Yeah, finished working on Star Chase, so we did 2 albums with that. That's just a side recording project, and it was mostly just because we write all the time, and there was some downtime in between Steve doing some Black Majesty stuff, so it was like, I don't want to sit around and do nothing at that time, so I recorded an album. It's not a band as far as like the Radio Sun. Radio Sun's our priority, both our priority, and that's just, I love to sing, I love to record, so when there's downtime, if we can't do anything, then I'll be singing for something.
And it's kind of funny because so many people, like I speak to some people, and whatever line of work it is, they just say, oh, look, I'm just so tired, I don't know how you find time. It's like, I'm playing in 4 bands, I've got a family, and just loving life. And we're very, very positive people, and we love to write because of the passion, and we get to see these amazing bands. We were just watching Steelheart before going to see Judas Priest tonight, one of my all-time favourite bands, and to be on, at the festival and be invited to be part of these things. We're the first ones out there after we've gigged and we've met people, so it's just awesome.
But I mean, just to add to that, going back to the Cassie thing as well, it's like, it's one thing, being a parent and being a proud faux uncle. Again, we don't have to do that, even though it's Steve's daughter. It's like, well, he could totally be, look, I'll support doing whatever you want to do, but I've got things to do. So it's totally a labour of love. I really enjoy doing it, and she's like a sponge. She just really wants to perform. But if I didn't enjoy the songs, or if I didn't enjoy the company, or if I didn't enjoy playing, why would I do it? I don't want to do it.
And so, I personally have had, like, Cassidy shows me some of the messages she receives, and it's amazing. People from all over the world saying, you know what, you're going to do something, and that's like, it gives me shivers, it brings shivers down my spine, because she's very excited, and I don't think she totally sort of understands the future, because being a girl, it's a harder industry, but at the same time, she's very, very passionate, and she's pretty, what's the word? Just is taking everything, and she's learning all the time. When we played over in Chicago, she dominated the stage. It was really cool and very proud. So yeah, absolutely loving it. Very, very cool. Yeah.
So, what do you guys have planned after the album comes out? Are you looking to tour, or what's the rest of the year?
Yeah, so the album comes out in August, late August. So we'll do some promotional stuff around that once it comes out. But as far as the rest of the year is concerned, we haven't got any playing plans for the rest of the year after here. We actually start recording the next album, so we don't really stop. So we'll be up to album 6, and then it starts all again come January.
Paul's coming over to
Paul Lane's coming
Australia.
over. As you may or may not know, we're also Paul Lane's solo band. And so on the Paul Lane show, which generally goes for about 2 hours, it's Defiance, Danger Danger, Paul Lane solo. We're going to incorporate some Dark Horse as well. So it's a great experience. But we're really a joint band as opposed to a support act, for want of a better word.
Yep.
So January, that'll be in Australia. And then in March, we're back at HRH AOR, 4th year in a row. So,
in the UK, and then playing our own shows.
Yeah, some side shows there.
And Japan somewhere in there again as well.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, correct. And fingers crossed, hopefully back here as well. And then we just keep rolling along, and pretty much like anything else, new markets are opening up for us all the time. Not huge markets or not huge crowds initially, but we'll go wherever there's a market for us. You know?
Yeah.
So as soon as, say for example here, we've had some exposure here, we've had some offers already for some other countries now, we'll just see what pans out. So hopefully the future's bright.
Absolutely. One last question.
Sure.
You guys have a ton of fans out there. Do you have anything you'd like to say to them?
Thank you, first of all, right? And you know what? Our fans know how much this means to us, and we're very genuine and very personal. So they're part of this journey. And I know it might be an old rock and roll cliche or whatever else, but especially in this day and age with streaming and trying to grab people's attention, it's very difficult. But I think generally all of our fans know that we're in this together. So it's not like, oh, they're fans, we don't care about them. Without them, who are we? We're in our bedroom, recording songs. So we're in Sweden, 30 hours away from our own country, on the other side of the world, playing to people that have got Radio Sun t-shirts on, which wouldn't happen if there wasn't an interest from them. So we really appreciate all our fans and the new ones that come along, that they always see is very active on Facebook and replies to every single person. So anyone out there.
The way I look at it as well, if anyone who's a fan of us and if they write to us, whether it be by Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, the least you can do as a band is connect.
Absolutely.
Because they're basically saying a lot of times, I love your new album or I love your band. Like we've met people here who have been hanging out to see the Radio Sun, and that's just beautiful to us because that's why we do it. We do it obviously for our own passion, but to work with the audience as well. So
and I think they have a genuine invested interest in they're growing with us. So we've started from album 1, some have followed us all the way through, some are getting on now, then are getting the back catalogue. So for us, that's very exciting, and particularly when we meet new people that might have only got the last album and not realised there's 3 before it. That's very exciting. So there's always an evolution of people finding new stuff from us. So it's always exciting for us meeting people. And again, not sounding non-cliche, but it means everything to us, and we really connect with everyone. So if anyone's out there who's hasn't dropped us a line before but likes us or whatever else, please drop us a line on Facebook. Steve always replies to everything. And get us to your country, wherever you are, doesn't matter how small it is, we will come if there's a market to play for. So, that's it.
And I've got to say, in particular,
Down the Front Media rocks too, by the way, so make sure you come.
And thanks to yourself, Diane, because just like what I noticed as well, when it's so cool to have somebody like yourself in the media say, if anyone is interested in, me taking photos or an interview like that, I really appreciate it because my eyes light up. I'm like, wow, somebody's showing the invested interest to.
Absolutely.
And like, when I've written to you, you said, oh, absolutely, let's do an interview, and it works. The whole thing is united, so it's really cool. So thank you.
Well, I believe it's really important for all of us, and for those that are listening and watching. Anybody that wants to get into music, you've got to learn to build those relationships.
Sure.
Media needs to work with the bands. The bands need to actually work with the media as well.
I agree.
That's going to be your best relationships you have, because you're going to have people that are going to help keep supporting you and get you out there.
Sure.
And you get these opportunities that we met on a whim at a show, and here we are, a few years later, we're still. And people are going to keep talking about you when you make those connections, and you're going to find more people that want to connect, and people listening and watching, they want to connect with the bands.
Absolutely.
And it's a big thing, they want those relationships. So if you're listening and watching, connect with the bands. Media, you need to connect as well.
Yeah.
So,
but it's all about passion, right? And that's the biggest thing, people like yourself and with us. It isn't like it was in the 80s, no one's getting $100 million checks, and there's no Rolling Stone 15 million issues anymore, so people that are really into it now, so media and musicians, generally speaking now.
It's respect, it's a tip of the hat, seriously.
Absolutely,
it really
and it's passion. You love what you do, right? So you love music, we love music, we're fans of music, and I think that shows. So, and obviously you've expanded even more now. We're up to our 5th album, so it's all hand in glove. Is that the right phrase? Hand in glove? Hand in... Combination, joining, right? Yeah, absolutely. So we really appreciate you taking the time, just as much as people listening, people watching, people supporting down the front, people supporting us. It's a big love fest, and we mean that sincerely.
Yeah, we're all interconnected, and we all have to do our part to keep the music alive.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And a world without music is the most terrifying thought in my mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and with that's what
and if
I
you
like.
have nothing, sorry to interrupt. It's like I'd love to get back to the world where, again, talking about social media, that if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say it. Would you like to be spoken about
Just
before.
because you can doesn't mean you
That's
should.
right, you know, and what really upsets me the most is that people get passionate about a fan or an artist or whatever it might be, and if someone's coming out there and saying, hey, this is my favourite band, or I like this song, it means something to me, or reminded me of, you know, the storybook of our lives, right? So if someone is then saying, that song's terrible, that band's no good, what you're really saying to that person is your feelings don't matter, your life journey doesn't matter, and those interconnection moments don't matter. So I just love for people to be, I'm not living in a utopian world. I don't like some bands. I don't, you know, no one likes everything. But just keep it to yourself and don't rain on someone else's parade. And then I think music just gets back to growing further and stop knocking everyone down. So that's my 2 cents worth. Just love everybody, right?
Absolutely.
Getting back to, I just think it's all about choice. And with my, even let's say with my daughter Cassidy, she's a fan of your Heat and Crazy Licks, and she's at the shows, like in the States. Can I take a photo with you? And we were playing.
Not Crash. She loves Crash.
Yeah, and we were playing.
But everyone loves Crash, right? Gee, well, I love Crash.
I loved him at Rock and
Well, goodness me.
In this, in this little segment, we'll put down and featuring a little bit of a chat about Crash from Heat, and we'll get a ton more hits.
Yeah, right.
And I'll pinpoint that back to Rock and School. We have some monster drumming photos and video of him just going crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, just.
But you know, it's not fair. You can be great looking and talented and in a great band. What what hope have we got? Nothing. So that's it.
What are you saying?
I think we should change it. You know what? Let's give up music. That's what.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, but it just evolves. It really does, and I think it's great. With very proud of my kids just saying, hey, I can't wait for the new Heat album. Like Cassidy's been waiting for the Heat album, and she's got it now, and then she got a chance to see them performing in Chicago, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And that's Christmas to her. She's like,
Yeah.
oh my.
And it's a 15-year-old, right? So
Yeah.
the whole thing about that is it's paying it forward. You know, so
And it's personal to her.
So it's keeping the music alive, because we're getting back to the full circle of media, artists. You know, if it's this to and froing and tugging, where's music going to be? So I think the music scene, music in general, is very much alive. And it's media that aren't passionate that make it sound like it isn't alive. It is. It's just you have to navigate a different way of doing it. That's all.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Down the Front Media, please check it out. Very, very cool.